I have 12 unread text messages in my phone right now, and that's fitting because I'm sitting here with the number 12 looks like you, which is a sentence I didn't think I would say today when I woke up. But let's go around, say your name, what you do in the band, your favorite Goo Goo Dolls song possibly, maybe. Who knows?
I'm Michael Cadner. I play drums. No Goo Goo Dolls for me, sorry.
All right.
I'm DJ and I play bass, and also no goo for me.
Okay. All right.
Alexis and guitars.
No Goo Goo Dolls. Jesse, I sing. Boy Named Goo is the name of the album, right?
Iris is what you're looking for.
Iris, sure. That's the only song I know.
And that's the correct answer, so thank you. All right. Yes. So you guys are on a 12-year tour for Nuclear Sad Nuclear, which you released back in 2005. There was a lot of speculation within sort of the mathcore and hardcore and, extreme music communities that it would be, you guys would go on a 10-year for Mongrel. But, 12 is, very much a number that your band identifies with, so it makes more sense to go on a 12-year for our record. Can we expect a 12-year for other records? Or is this just kind of a one-off thing because you wanted to play this record in particular? What was sort of the thought process behind, okay, we're going to go out on a 12-year for Nuclear Sad Nuclear?
I guess it lined up perfectly with what we were doing. We started the band back up last year, beginning of last year, and it was the 12th anniversary for Nuclear, and it wouldn't have really worked out with the other albums because we had to learn a lot of stuff. We had to start writing stuff, and so this sort of fell into a perfect time category of the 12th anniversary of Nuclear. So yeah, of course, definitely will be other 12th anniversary tours and releases of such.
Cool. I think that's an answer that people will be very excited about. So
we need 2 more years to learn Mongrel.
That's the real answer.
Fun Mongrel trivia, everyone. Earlier, if it disappeared off iTunes, I believe you re-uploaded it with some messed up audio, which was It was sick. It was sick, honestly. What happened with that? Can I ask?
Well, we took all of our music back. Like all the old albums back, so we had everything taken down from all streaming services, and I was in charge of putting it back up, and I ripped a CD that had been sitting in the band van, a copy of Mongrel that had melted. It was like a sealed version. I ripped it in, and I checked one section of one song just to make sure it was all right, and that one section was the only section that was all right on the entire thing, so it was all just a mess, and then I had to redo it.
That's hilarious, honestly. Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad we got the backstory on that. So, I also read in an interview with one of you, it was one of the 2 original members that you felt like you hadn't written the best number 12 record yet, which is why you felt the need to do a new record. What does the best number 12 record mean to you? Like, what do you think it's the next one? Do you think that you should incorporate more improvisation, or what makes the best number 12 record for you?
I think that the band is always evolving, and that's been always a progression of the band from each record to the next one since the beginning. So when we left off at Worse Than Alone, it was the closest to the sounds that I think that we all had been envisioning, but still quite not like the best one that we had written. And it's still, we never can make it that prediction. Whatever will happens, and we're always going to be proud of what we do in the moment, and every band is always going to want their newest stuff to be the best. So I think that the new stuff will equally just be a next phase of growth with new members, and
Right on.
Also a whole lot of new, I think, growth from our own personal lives. So I think we've all grown as musicians and people and individuals, so that's all going to reflect in the new music.
Awesome. A lot of the times on your records you will throw in some weird stuff, especially on the Gardens All Nighters, and there's a bunch of moments on Mongrel that, have like weird acoustic Spanish guitar, or just weird changes. Is there anything super weird or unexpected? Are there some bagpipes on this record? Are there some like marimba, or like what's going on? What can we expect?
That's funny. We just talked about marimba today on one of the tracks that we're working on. No, yesterday. I'm sorry. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole bunch of new stuff on there, new instrumentation. I've been learning a whole bunch of instruments, so there will be a lot of like new stuff, percussion, and everything. So
on Wikipedia, it credits you as playing like 7 different instruments in the band, and I was like, he's the guitarist, but apparently he also plays like 12 other instruments, which is awesome. So that's awesome that you guys are experimenting with new stuff. With the member changes, you guys used to have 2 vocalists, you used to have 2 guitarists. Is it weird having that much space on stage?
I wouldn't say weird. It's pretty great, actually.
That's what I thought you'd answer, but yeah.
Well, I mean, we were just oddly talking about this, I think even today, how we couldn't believe we were able to do what we did back then with so many people on stage. And I was telling Alex yesterday that some kid came up to me. He said the last time he saw us was when we had 6 members, the other singer and the other guitarist. And he's like, but the thing is, I hear you guys today, and it sounds like there's nothing missing at all. And I think that's sort of the point. It's nice to hear that, and also to feel like we can really sort of grow into the stage and really have it be our own, and not feel contained in a corner because it's so cluttered.
That's awesome. I mean that's definitely something that you worry about when you switch from being a 2-guitar band to a 1-guitar band. So I mean it's awesome that you can fill out the sound. And you guys recently, I believe it was the last tour you went on before this one, you guys were in Russia with the Dillinger Escape Plan. Had the new members ever played in Russia before? Just I'm so curious as to what gigging in Russia is like.
Yeah. Well, we went to Russia by ourselves. That was after the Dillinger run, and it was all through Mike because his other band had been there last year, or in the spring, right?
Yeah, I toured in Russia with my other band, Downfall of Gaia, and the same promoter contacted us to do the number 12 run.
Okay, awesome. My apologies. I thought that one was with Dillinger. No, yeah.
Yeah, Dillinger was Europe, and then Russia was just us.
Yeah.
But it was the same tour. It was like back to back.
Yeah.
I should have done my research. Just fucking up.
Played with Dillinger. That would have been. Dude, Russia is ridiculous. Like the people that come out are all nuts and so grateful and thankful for anything you do for them. Like, just people are crying when we're like signing a ticket stub or something, and it's overwhelming, and it's amazing that people feel that way about our music. So
When was the last time you had played in Russia since then?
we've never been to Russia. So.
Really? Okay, all right. I thought I saw an Instagram post that was like, it's been a while, Russia. I was like, wow. Didn't know they went there.
Yeah, it's been a whole lifetime.
Yeah, it's been an entire time of being a band. All right. Is there anything about this tour that you've noticed, like playing old songs? Is there anything you've picked up on that that makes the old material more exciting, or just playing with younger bands? Does that make it a little more exciting? I mean, Rollo Tomasi's been around for forever, but is just playing older material more exciting, or what is it? What's this tour? What's the takeaway from this tour been?
Well, for me personally, I feel like every time we talk about learning more old songs, I'm always like hemming and hawing about whether they're as cool as the ones we already know, and then I get forced into it. Like this, I had to learn a bunch of songs, and every time I do, I gain a new respect for the material, and so I'm really looking forward to doing the other albums whenever we get to them after we do the new music. And in terms of this tour, I think we all agree that like this has been like the friendliest, nicest, easy-going tour ever. So like I know the Cryptodira dudes from back in the day, and because I played with them with my other band, Dead Empires, and the Rollo people are like just total sweethearts. So it's been a dream. It's super easy.
Yeah, from my perspective, it's been a dream come true because I grew up listening to this record and I didn't play drums on it. So to be able to learn every song and kind of get inside this, inside the mind space of this record gives me a little more perspective going forward to the new material. So you can still kind of pay respect to the past, but also bring my influence and the new influences of Alex and Jesse. So it's a dream come true, and it's been a pleasure. The bands are super nice. Everything is super smooth.
Alexis, did you have to kind of be selective with which guitar part you were playing? Did you know the other guitar parts already, or what was it when it came to relearning this record?
Yeah, I think relearning this album helped me self-reflect with how I used to write, and once again, like how I've grown since then. And I focus a lot on arrangement when I write, and it wasn't too hard to just like to fill out the sound with new chord voicings and harmony and just like musical concepts that I'm already familiar with, that I could really make that a bigger sound. But the good thing about relearning the album, it's just helped me reconnect a little bit with the music, because I think I was pretty out of touch as far as how I used to write this kind of stuff, or even writing like heavier material, because I've been playing a lot of lighter stuff in the past several years. So it has been a good experience to relearn it and also modify it in ways that maybe decisions that we made on that album when I was younger that I wasn't so happy about, and to just make it a little bit tighter or with the new members, and also make them a little bit more exciting live. So I think the album sounds better live than what it's on the album. So it's cool for fans who are a fan of the album to come out and see it, because I think it sounds better and tighter than on the record. So
That's awesome. I'm really, really looking forward to hearing it live.
A lot of these songs, there's like 4 or 5 songs that we've never really played live at all, even back then. So if fans really like this album, it's like one of the few times we'll probably be playing this like this, because like I don't know when we'll be doing it again. So
Right on. That's a reason to come out for sure. I mean, I bought a ticket the second it was announced, because I was just like, okay, I have to hear all these songs live. That's awesome. So last question, I won't take up too much of your time. Jesse, how much can you tell us about the new record? Everyone wants to know.
Just say no comment, just walk away.
That'd be the coolest thing ever. If you broke my phone, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, really, no comment. Can't say anything yet.
Can any of you tell me anything about the new record?
Well, I have most of the album like already written, so if anything, I have the most like insight.
He's got the most thoughts.
But what can I say without giving out too much information?
We're refining things.
Okay, that's an
leave it
interesting
at
answer.
that.
The album's written, but we're in the process of just making things a lot tighter, creating different drafts and versions of songs, and experimenting right now. We're just really experimenting and working with different sounds and ideas and whatever. So
Different drafts of songs, different giraffes of songs.
giraffes.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
And a lot of marimba.
I love it. No, that's what everything I could have hoped for.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of different stuff, and like I said, things that we've learned as musicians and have grown as individuals. So I think we'll reflect in the new album.
And can we definitely look for it next year? Definite next year or no?
Freaking hope so.
We'll say definitely maybe.
Definitely maybe. All right, well, you heard it here first on Mathcast. Definitely maybe from the number 12 Looks Like You, which is the name of the record. So